Hey, continuing off from last video, we left off with talking about frequency and the power of thought and materialization, manifestation, law of attraction, and Jim Carrey's short story. What I wanted to talk about next is really my belief in everything in life, in what we're here for. And I know that this is a stretch off topic, but I'd love to share it with you. As far as religion, I'm not a religious person. I was born into a Jewish family. I had a bar mitzvah, and I studied my butt off so that I could have my bar mitzvah at 13 and get out of there, and I still haven't gone back to temple. I have, however, gone to many different types of religious church-like facilities to understand the different religions. And I was very confused growing up with religion because I didn't understand it at all. And even after my bar mitzvah, I had so many more questions of what was going on with religion. Now, somebody asked me probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, do you believe in God? And my answer to that was no. And they asked, well, what do you believe in? And for the first time, my answer was dimensions, and it was very easy to correlate what I meant by that. And I love that I was asked that question and gave that answer, because now I can really say that that's what I believe in. I believe in that we live in the third dimension. I believe that there are much higher dimensions, and God, if you will, is simply source, the highest dimension, the all-knowing essence of life and energy and what there is. So, why I'm explaining this, and why I wanted to touch on it essentially is to explain that my belief is thoughts reside on a higher dimension, or at least a dimension that is above what we concept as reality. In terms of how does that help you, manifest? How does that help you materialize your dreams or your goals or things that you want to accomplish? When we talk about frequency as well, I like to mix all three of these topics: frequency, dimensions, and manifestation. I believe that we as individuals, not only can we reside on our human frequency, but we can also raise our frequency. And become a stronger energy source, become a stronger pull, if you will, pull on what you want, pull on your thoughts. Now, if my theory, I guess you could say, if I as an individual raise my frequency, I believe I would be getting closer to the next dimension. If my thoughts reside somewhere in here, and I'm getting closer, theoretically speaking, it should be easier for my thoughts to manifest into my dimension, my reality. And the stronger pull goes a long way with that. So now that I've kind of brought you guys up to date on all that, and I will explain a lot more in depth, especially if people have questions later on. I will gladly post videos on individual topics and explain everything that I can, everything I know about it. I just kind of want to get past the basics in my eyes and move on to more fun stuff sooner than later. Ideas and ideals. This was a concept that was introduced to me through one of the books I read, and it is very powerful, because this simple question to me, when I was trying to learn of what an ideal is versus my ideas, I had a guy ask me, well, what's your ideal girl? And immediately that popped into my head perfectly, crystal clear from top to bottom, not only how she walks, she talks, she smells, acts, I mean, the entire package. That is an ideal. When you think of your ideal home or your ideal job, you should have a very vivid picture or visualization in your mind. You should be able to close your eyes and close off your senses and be able to fully visualize anything that you would consider an ideal. And if you can't fully visualize it, you just need to spend more time working on it and imprinting that into your mind as an ideal. Now, why I wanted to explain the differences between ideas and ideals. To manifest your dreams, to manifest or materialize the things that you wish to accomplish, not even necessarily a materialistic item, but or a job or a wife or husband or really anything that you wish to change about your reality. It first forms with an ideal. You need to understand what it is you want and fully encompassed. After you have your ideal, it's time to use your emotions and and your feeling. One of the examples that I have come up with, or I like to share, is I mean, we were all in school. Think of a projection board, one of those old vintage projection boards where you turn it on and it's got the loud fan that you hear in the classroom and it projects the light through a plastic covering that has a mirror that goes to the whiteboard, or the drop-down board. And teachers would have like an invisible piece of plastic with those really ugly, disgusting markers they would write on, and it would project and flash off the mirror and project onto the big screen or whatever it was, the wall. What I like to say is, when you have an ideal, when you have your ideal fully formed in your head of what it is you wish to accomplish or acquire or change about your life, this is when the practice gets into play. And by practice, I mean it's time to use your body, your entire power of what it is to be a human being, to project your ideal to the world. Now, how do you do that? Well, first of all, you need to have that vivid picture, that ideal in your head. And meditation, this is probably when meditation starts getting talked about, but essentially you picture your ideal and then you let the feelings, I don't like to use pretend, but you put yourself in the box of what it would be when that visualization comes true, when that visualization actually happens, and you believe it to happen, and emotions start rising, your feeling starts arising, happy, positive things. If they're not happy and positive, then you're not idealizing correctly. And you use that will, your actual, the power of will to project your visualization to the reality around you. That being said, let's dive into meditation a little bit. If you don't meditate, you need to start. If you don't know how, you need to research. A great book is called The Power of Now. I believe it's by Eckhart Tolle. I believe that's who it's by. The Power of Now. You could not go wrong with buying this book. It's a very easy reader. It's 200 pages or so, and it really talks about how to live in the moment. A lot of ways of doing that and looking at life in a more positive way. I promise you right now, if you wish to achieve your goals, if you wish to become a materializer and live the life you wish to live, you have to become a positive person. You have to help others. You have to make a difference in everybody else's life, because here's the deal. If you believe in materialization and if you believe in manifestation and you don't believe in the law of attraction, then you're never going to succeed. And if you believe in the law of attraction, then you have to believe in this line, and that is, as I flip through my book, that is, I give to the world the best I have, and the best comes back to me. It's as simple as that, you know? If you give the absolute best, and I'm not saying be the best, you don't need to be the best, you don't need to offer the best, you don't need to have the most money to give or whatever you're thinking, but simply to give your best. By the law of attraction, the best will be attracted back to you. And that's positive thought. Making a difference in somebody's life is huge, and we've all heard the good karma, the bad karma, and it goes so much further than that. So I'm glad you guys liked the first two videos. I really hope that I'm able to form a following and really dive into these topics and learn, because I'm learning and I want to teach as much as I learn, and that's my goal in life. I really want to make a difference. I truly want to help people. So subscribe. Again, James Sutton. I live in Los Angeles, California. Ask some questions. I'll be posting more videos.